Hello, everyone. Jak Syn here on behalf of Fiend.com and Future Daze, and today it is another exciting episode of Artist Interviews. Today, I am sitting with Jeremiah and Vincent of Jeremiah Kane. How you two doing today?
Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah, good day.
Nice to meet you, Jack, and it's very great to talk with you. I've seen a lot of your interviews with other guys from the synthwave scene, and I'm really happy and I'm honored to talk with you.
Yeah, thank you for invitation. We're really glad to be part of this interview.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show today. I mean, those words make me feel so good inside. I'm so glad you guys like the interviews. You know, with everything going on in the world right now, if I can offer just a little bit of hope here and there with these interviews, that's what it's all about. Being able to share your guys' story with the world and kind of expose you guys to new audiences. And that, at its core, is what it's all about.
We are very grateful for that. Thank you very much, and I hope that that our interview with you will bring some joy to people who are, for example, at the hard situation, or they are simply bored.
Yeah, it's going to be an entertaining interview today. We're going to ask you guys a couple of questions and see where it goes from here. Are you guys ready to get into it?
Let's try.
Let's do this.
All right. What are three of your most memorable moments from your musical career together?
For me, it was probably, I think it was recording our music video, as it was the first one we've ever made. And it was quite a new experience for me because I've never done such things. So it was sort of, it was something new, and it was really fun for me to do as well. And I'm really happy about the outcome of this. I think I'm really glad with what we've done.
Yes, I will agree with you. Like, it's one of the most memorable moments for me. I mean, yeah, it was a pretty much fun experience. I've never did something like that before, and I was, I don't know, really nervous because I didn't know what to do on such, video shoot, and what I should do, how I should look, what things I should represent on the video. And well, pretty much I'm really glad that we did it, and I'm really happy that people really positively seen it, and I hope so that in the nearest future we can make much more videos to entertain people and also to have fun.
I agree. It was a good thing, and I hope, yeah, for the next tracks we'll make some videos for sure. So stay tuned, guys.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe I will add the second memorable thing in our musical career. So probably it will be meeting with our current producer, Christian Kohle, from Germany. I was really surprised that we could work with an amazing man like him. I was really interested in his work before because he was producing my favorite bands, such as maybe people don't know them, but it's more metal bands like Eskimo Callboy and Powerwolf.
Ah, okay.
And Powerwolf. So he made our music jump up to a whole new level. Before, with him, it was our first time to create and produce music on a much more professional level, and it was a really great experience. I mean, I really learned a lot from him, and I'm really glad that we met him, and I hope that we'll work together much longer. So
yeah, I would say it was a big step in our career as well, because I feel like this is a new level of being professional. I mean, we're doing the music sounds just produced the professional way, not like we've done before. I mean, maybe it wasn't the words, but but I would say it was another level basically. So
yeah, it was something really different than bedroom producing.
Yeah.
So the third one, yeah, I would say that our first European tour last year was the best thing, one of the best things that we had in our career. I mean, seeing all those places, all those people from another countries, and it was really great to like see those places, play for people from abroad, and I was really like touched by when people, for example, said that they listened to our music before we came to their place, and I was like, wow, that's, I cannot describe it. I mean, like, I felt touched. I mean, like, you know, I'm a pretty sensual guy, so I was like, oh, okay, don't cry, don't have tears, don't have tears. Gotta get a grip.
Yeah, another thing is that we've never had tours abroad. I mean, before Jeremiah Kane.
Yeah, we never.
In the early days, it wasn't so. So
yeah,
it was something new for us as well.
We played before in some metal bands. It was like we were only playing local shows. So being able to like play in our whole country, and then, for example, in Germany, then in Ukraine, then Hungary, and etc., etc. Wow, all those kilometers, all those, I don't know, nerves,
funny talks,
funny moments, nervous moments, scary moments. I mean, like, it's one of the best. Those are the best memories I ever had in my life, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. And I hope that we'll play much more shows next year if it will be possible.
Oh, definitely. You know, those are, you're right. Like some of those memories that you have when you go on tour, when you go and you play in different cities, you know, different countries, it changes you, because when you actually get to go out there and you get to play for all of these people who know your music, like they have taken the time to listen to your music and they want to see you live, you kind of get up there and you kind of look at people and go, all these people are here to hear the things that I created. All these people are here to hear this music that we have put out into the world. And I think in those moments, I think for every artist out there, it changes you and transforms you, because you really get to see that the fruits of your labor have come to fruition. Like they really have. And all your hard work is paid off because you are playing to people who appreciate what you do.
It was also funny because at times we were going to smaller cities and we thought that maybe there won't be too many people or something, and then the crowd was kind of big.
Yeah,
so it was
for
quite surprising.
example, we were in Marburg in Germany. Yeah. And from this place, we want to say hello to the guys from Marburg who organized the show for us. We hope to see them again. Anyway, the crowd was really big. I mean, like when we first like we prepared on the stage, not many people like showed up, and I was like, okay. I mean, like it's not a problem for me to play for
like a rehearsal.
I mean, like it doesn't matter for me if there is a full like place or there are like for example, I don't know, 10 people. I will play the same show no matter what. I was really surprised when I went to the toilet, for example. Yeah, I went to the toilet. And I got back and there's like a whole big crowd. I was like, what the hell?
These are these great moments.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly, because, you know, you have these, sometimes you have the shows where, you know, there's only a few people. And sometimes you have the shows where there's like a couple hundred people. And it doesn't matter if it's a small show or a large show. The people if you can touch at least one person in that audience in a positive way, then you have done your job. You've done your job, and you've done a great job of it, because you were changing somebody's life. And hell, if it's a room full of a couple hundred people, then you're changing a bunch of people's lives, in, you know, for the better. Going back to your guys' music video for Never Back Down, great music video, great direction. I saw it. I love it. I think it's really rad. I think you guys have really hit a lot of great stuff in that music video. You've really kind of conveyed the power behind your music that I've come to enjoy, and a lot of other people out there have come to enjoy as well. But I really did appreciate all of the little nuances and the aesthetic that you guys put in there. You know, you guys really kind of like captured that vision that is your music.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Really nice to hear.
Yeah, it's always like somebody says a compliment to us, and I'm like, yeah, what should I say? How should I react? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, thank you. Thank you. To be honest, I'm a pretty shy guy, so.
I'm very happy whenever someone says they liked the video or our music.
Yeah,
it's just something that that I feel. I mean, I feel motivated to work more.
Yeah, every kind word and every kind, for example, comment, email, even reaction on Facebook, you can say is like giving a brick to the house that we are building, which is called Jeremiah Kane. And I mean, like never, like you said, never back down was like next step in our music making and our direction, which we want to take in our music, because we wanted to like find something unique, which is something new to the synthwave scene, and not only for the synthwave scene, because we wanted to like blend our influences with it. So probably, obviously, it's the metal music, because we like started to add more metal guitars and much lower tunes. So to emphasize the heavier vibes, and also we wanted to create something like I mentioned earlier, something unique. Some of our influences, Vincent's and mine, and also what our other hobbies are apart from the of course music, and what bands that we listen to. And we were thinking that getting like Japanese, Asian, Eastern vibe would be a very great idea. So like the manga and anime influences. Somebody even said that what we are playing is anime wave, so I'm saying like, okay, that's our genre. And
That's actually a good thing. Anime wave. That's a new one. I've never heard that before. So I think you guys have nailed it right on the head there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like we'll stick to that direction, and we'll try to create even much more something unique.
We've been into Japanese stuff for quite some time.
Yeah, for years.
Of course, it was anime, manga as well, but it was also music, the culture, and many other stuff. It's just something that we thought we could put into music maybe this time, because well, we've been interested in that culture for some more time, so we thought it would be something cool to do.
Yeah.
Well, you can definitely hear the influence. You can definitely hear it injected into the music, and it really does come out with it, because the music you guys put out is pretty powerful, and you can definitely hear those influences. So thank you for injecting that into that, because it's working out really, really well.
Thank you, man.
I'm very happy with this opinion.
What would you say is your favorite album / EP that you've worked on?
That we've worked on, it would be for me All or Nothing, of course.
Yeah, we'll agree.
Actually,
We'll agree on that.
Yeah.
All or Nothing was like a very pretty much a breakthrough for our music. I mean, like before we released an EP. I mean, I released because at first Jeremiah Kane was like a solo project of mine. So I released an EP, New Angeles, back in the early 2017. Then I worked, which was like my first electronic endeavor, and I must say that pretty much to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. Next was The New Dawn, which had very, very, very big synthwave influences, like a typical synthwave that's like the typical 80s sound, for its own electronic 80s soundtrack sound. And after that, I started to work on the like second album, and it was the time that Vince joined me. I asked him to join for like, hey man, do you want to play guitar with me in my project? And pretty much he said, okay, okay. And then we started to work on All or Nothing, and it took much more time than the previous releases. It really showed that with every release you gain an experience, and you want to like use that experience to make much more better results than before. And we really had fun making that album, but I wasn't sure, for example, at the end when we like finished it, if people gonna like it, because it was like a step in another direction that The New Dawn was, and I was like, I don't know if people will like it, and if the sound was okay, because like all the tracks on that album are different. I tried to make them different. Vincent also, during the time when we are making it, was trying to make it like every track is like its own story. Like it's not like we will hear two or three the same tracks on the album. And I wasn't sure if people gonna like dig it. So hence the name All or Nothing. It's like it's either all or it's either nothing.
Yeah, that's where the name came from.
It's either the highway or my way.
Yeah, you know what? It worked out really well because the album itself, it does have a lot of different influences. You can definitely hear it through all the tracks. The you know, you can hear you pulling from different areas. One of my favorite tracks is Vampire Mania. I like that one. I love that one a lot because, you know, I'm a Castlevania fan. And you know what I mean? So when I heard it, I was like, oh man, this sounds heavily influenced by Castlevania. And I fell in love with it. I was just, oh my god, this is one of my favorite tracks off the album. But all of your releases on there, it's a wave of different sound here and there. You know, you can tell like each song has variances in it. Each song is inspired by something else in every one that you put out. And I think collectively as an album, it really does hit on a lot of areas. I think it appeals to a broad spectrum of people. And I think I think the shift from what came before to what came in All or Nothing, I think it was a great move. I really do. I really think it was a great move, and it really showcased you guys as artists and that you could really kind of belt it out powerfully.
Wow. I don't know what to say apart from, well, thank you very much for that. I mean, it's hard for me to say if what we did was right or wrong, but I guess for the people who are like telling us that that's their favorite album, that they either like or this track or this track or this track, or people sharing the All or Nothing with other people, either on social media or by, you know, talking with each other.
And as Jeremiah Kane said before, we weren't sure how it will come out because we made those tracks with some new influences, I mean guitars and some soft track as well, some heavier tracks, well, it was quite diverse, I would say. So we were waiting for the reactions sort of when we put that album, and we were quite surprised how positive it came. I mean, we weren't aware that people like it so much. So yeah, we are quite happy with how it came out.
Yeah, I mean, at first when we released it, there wasn't like a big traffic regarding the album. We released it in, I don't know, it was October 2018. And the people who were already listening to us were like, yeah, great album, etc., etc. Which I'm really grateful for those words. But then, like at the end of the year, I was seeing like there's getting much more on our social media. We were getting like much more bigger traffic, and I was like, what the hell is happening? And then like, bam! Suddenly, for example, on our Spotify, when I don't know, like 2,000 people were listening to us each month. Suddenly, it was like 10,000. I was like, where those people came from? And we discovered that people really started to share it on their social media, on their websites. There were reviews coming on, and from what I remember, Iron Skullet listed All or Nothing as one of the best albums of 2018. I was like very honored for that, and I was really surprised about the kind words he said, and pretty much everything started from there. Like the real fun began.
Also, there was a lot of good feedback on the concerts, on our shows, and yeah, people came to us and said, hey man, very good music, etc. So yeah, we hope that people liked it as much.
I wasn't expecting this, to be sure.
Yeah, it was yeah, new experience. I mean, we experimented and it looks like people liked it.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it definitely did pay off. I mean, you guys experimented, you guys broke out of the mold. You know, it's like with synthwave, you know, if we call this genre now synthwave, you know, it's a decade old. It's been around for 10 years. Isn't that crazy? And back in the beginning, you had a lot of artists that were heavily, it was just like, it was full on like retro sounds. It was 80s. That was the big thing. But I think as we've moved down the line, here we are 10 years later, we have a lot of other artists that still keep with that, with what came before, but have also been influenced and injected their own personal influences into it. So you have a lot of crossover, or you have a lot of blending. You have like people who blend, like hip hop elements with synthwave, or you have like people who blend metal elements with synthwave, or you have people who blend like even goth elements with synthwave. I mean, you have a lot of people injecting their own personal influences into that. So it creates a lot of very interesting and diverse sounds. And you guys fall into that category as well, because you guys are injecting that that metal influence, that powerful dynamic metal influence into your guys' music, which really hits in a lot of great places.
Thank you, man. Thanks, man. I mean, like, what we try to do is make music that we would listen to. And pretty much, for example, right now we are doing it like, I've never heard like electronic music with, those melodic metal, Japanese, for example, culture influenced music, like the mix of those. And I was like, I would really listen to something like this. And we are making the music that we would like to listen. And turns out that people really dig it, and we are really grateful for all the positive feedback about it. And what I also wanted to say, what you mentioned, is that, for example, when people are injecting their own influences, like you mentioned, hip hop, metal, goth, whatever genre there is in the world, that's very great. I mean, like, it creates something unique. For example, pretty recently, I didn't remember who was it, but I heard like dubstep synthwave, and it was like, whoa, dude.
And it's a very diverse rainbow, and that's what we need in the world. We need, creative people. That's what it is to be an artist. You experiment, you play with things, you swim in uncharted waters. That's the way it is. You think outside of the box. As an artist, you're not held to a certain standard. You can create, you can build on anything that you want to do. So to everybody out there, be creative. If you're creating music, just find interesting ways to do it. You can do anything you want. Nobody can tell you that this is right and this is wrong. It's all in the way you feel. Do what Jeremiah Kane is doing. Do it. Inject the metal into it. Inject that feeling into it. Whatever you want. Whatever speaks to you, do it.
Yeah, that's right.
You can be sure that we're basing on synthwave, but we're looking for new paths in the music. So,
but to be honest, we don't know what the future will bring to us. For example, today we are making synthwave metal, and I don't know, maybe in a few years we'll do, for example, I don't know, we'll make some hard style with synthwave and metal. That would be something new.
We're open to music genres in general. We just like some stuff less, of course, and we don't like to close our doors to different genres. So, yeah,
we think that
we'll keep experimenting.
if you create music, music is like your playground, and it's, for example, let's say you're creating some type of music, and everything you do in it, it's your playground. It's your toys, and for example, your instruments, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do, and you shouldn't like pretty much be caring about what will people say to you. Just do your own thing and do whatever your heart tells you to do. That's the best way.
Exactly. What was the drive behind getting you into making music and performing?
Well, in general, for me, I was playing some keyboards since I was a child, so it wasn't something that came suddenly, but yeah, I was just into playing music since childhood. So there was a moment when I was like 16, when I was interested in metal music and guitar playing. So I got my guitar at that time and practiced a lot. It was really many hours every day at that time, so I remember that. Yeah, and I just enjoyed making music, I would say. It's something that makes me happy, basically. I couldn't put any better words for that.
For me, it was pretty much different. I mean, the whole thing that I started to make music as well, it was like, I started to play guitar when I was like 16. It was like my first musical instrument and like first steps in music. And there's a funny story why I started to play guitar. So rolling back, like I was 1 year or 2 years when I was 14. I was really getting into metal music, and you know, I started to listen to the bands like, for example, Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, so the big thrash metal for, and also I like I discovered the heavy metal and the whole culture behind it, and I was like really getting into it. And one of the things that I wanted to get for my birthday was an Xbox 360 with Rock Band. Yes, with Rock Band. And I bought it on like for the Polish version of eBay, because I really wanted to, like, you know, pretend that I'm on that stage and playing all those awesome music. And the sad part comes in that I paid for it, and the guy who was selling like the Xbox, the Rock Band game, and all the instruments didn't send it. And I was like waiting like 1 week. Okay, next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no response. And I was like checking out, like writing to him, trying to call him, but there was no response. And I found out on social media, on the Polish social media, I found that guy. And he went on vacation to I don't know where, but he went on vacation with my money, and he didn't send a bot. So yeah, we went back then with my mother to the police, and pretty much yeah, pretty much it ended like I got my money back, but I didn't get the instruments. So I mean, like, I didn't get the game and the Xbox and everything, and I was really sad about that. And then I don't know from where I came out with, maybe I should try to play a real instrument instead of, you know, plastic guitar with buttons. And that's how I started with music, with like playing guitar. It was a very hard time for me. I mean, like, learning guitar, I wasn't a very patient person. I'm not really a patient person at all. So, you know, when I was like failing at something, there were like 2 times that I just took the guitar and threw it on the wall, leave it on a few hours. But I got back. I had like an inside drive to create something, and I have it till today that there are some times that I cannot, for example, sit on one place because I need to create something. It doesn't matter what, but I need to create something. And it pushed me into the like music making. And by music making, I also met Vince in one of the metal bands that I joined. And
yeah, I remember you. You were even slimmer than now at the time.
Yeah, I was a very thin guy.
Yeah, yeah, and he is a bit younger, so we were sort of kids, I would say.
Yeah, I was a very, I'm still a kid, so.
So I remember when he came, and one of our friends back then came as well. We met, who are these guys?
Like, hi, I'm playing in your band. Okay. Yeah, and that's pretty much the story, and the story continues till today. We played different genres. First we started with thrash metal, then we like tried some, I don't know how to say it,
Japanese rock.
Japanese like rock influenced stuff, which we are using, for example, today. Then we went, for example, to the metalcore areas, and like in a nutshell, we tried everything, and but only synthwave like made it a constant genre that we are making till today.
And it's kind of funny how that kind of like sticks with you. You know, you're influenced by some of the different things that you experience over the years. You know, from being a young person and playing synthesizer to being a young person and wanting to get their hands on Guitar Hero. I mean, you know, it's all these little things that that make us who we are. You know, and I know. For myself, it's like I can agree with you, Vince, on that, where it's like, you know, I was exposed to playing synthesizers when I was young, and that right there kind of stayed with me. But as I got older, then I can kind of relate to you, Jeremiah, where I'm kind of going like, okay, well, I want to start playing guitar. I'm not really good at it, but I'm going to just try doing it. And yes, I did get frustrated with guitars. I never threw my guitar against the wall because God forbid I should throw my guitar against the wall. My mom would have yelled at me so hard. But you kind of fumble around until you find your place. But for me, it was singing. For me, I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna start singing, because the band I was in at the time, they were like, we don't have a singer. Well, I guess I'll try singing, and it just kind of went from there. So, but it's all these little influences here and there that make us who we are. And you guys stumbled onto synthwave, and now here you go. You are doing what you want to, and you're doing what you love. And you guys have found each other, I guess, at a very interesting time in your life, where you guys found each other when you were younger, and you guys went, hey, you're talented. Hey, you're talented. Let's work together. And look at where you are.
I would say it was like, hey, you suck at guitar. Hey, you suck at guitar. Let's make some sucky music.
It was quite random, I would say. And I remember when the first times I had that synthesizer, and there were lasers on it.
Yes, yes.
Laser sounds, and we were playing like shooting from lasers.
Yeah, we were pretending that we were like, I don't know, on a scene of Star Wars, and he was like shooting with a synthesizer to me.
Yeah, so it was quite random, but we started hanging around at that time, and yeah, that's how we met.
And that's usually how it is. That's usually how it is. You sit in a garage playing around with laser sounds. Playing around with laser sounds, you're like, we're supposed to be practicing music. I'm like, yes, I know, but there's a laser on the synthesizer, and I cannot not play the laser.
Yeah, pretty much our heelstyles were like, okay, let's make some music or create something or let's jam. But for example, I don't know, our music creation went to making, I don't know if you know the artist Scooter.
Yes.
We are playing like for a few hours Scooter Maria, I Like It Loud. I was trying to make
I remember we wanted to start a song on the rehearsal, and one of us started playing the main motive of, I would say, the theme of it, and then everybody else started playing the
one. That's the thing about Scooter. It's like a really quick story for everybody out there. Scooter. Now, for me, it's like anytime I hear Scooter, I get pumped up. It's just the way it is. It's like I wouldn't call it a guilty pleasure, because I'm not really guilty when I listen to it. I don't really mind. Guilty pleasure for me would be more like Backstreet Boys, but I don't even mind that either. But the thing about Scooter is a funny story. This past summer in 2019, we were on tour with Street Cleaner. We were driving through Idaho, and it was like really like early in the morning, and we've been driving all night, and I was dog tired. Evie was sleeping in the passenger seat, and it was like, I gotta stay awake. So I was like looking through the iPod. I was looking through the iPod to find songs to play.
Retro.
Right, exactly. And I was just like, I gotta stay awake. So I was like, oh my God, there's a whole crap ton of like Scooter on here. Let me just start playing it again. So here I am at like 4:35 in the morning, blasting Scooter in my right earphone, and I'm like driving, and I'm like this in like the driver's seat, just to keep myself awake, And it was. I'm telling you, everybody out there, if you want to wake up and you're really, really tired about driving all night, listen to some Scooter. That'll pump you up and get you going for the next couple hours.
Yeah, listen to Scooter. But I have also another, like a similar story to yours. We were playing next day our show in Kyiv in Ukraine, and we were like driving, I don't know, it was like 18, 19 hours straight.
I thought you would say 18.
Okay, so yeah, Vince was quoting, I don't know if you know Ram Ranch. Okay, but anyway, apart from the 18 naked cowboys,
Never mind.
We were driving 18 hours to Kyiv, and we were really, really exhausted. We were like,
when you see day, night, and day again.
Yeah, day, night, day again. It's really like messing with you. And we had like on our GPS, we marked the hotel, which was supposed to be on one street. And the funny story is that the GPS took us to Kyiv, and it showed us that your destination is on your right. and on our right, there was like, I don't know,
a trash can, and there were holes in the road for sure.
yeah, there were like many trash cans, only trash cans, nothing else on that street, only trash cans and, you know, trash.
So we arrived at the place.
Yeah,
what the hell is that? It was 6 a.m. or
our radio started to play a song by a band Attack, which is called Stick Stickly, and exactly at that moment there was a lyric, "You never said that this would be easy," and we were like started to laugh like, I don't know, like lunatics, because what we have else to
it was
to
fucking 6 a.m. or something like
it
that.
was like 6 a.m. We were driving almost 20 hours straight, and the only thing we are seeing is that our hotel are trash cans. And it turned out that in Kiev there are two same streets, and we went to the wrong street. There are two streets that are with the same name, and we went to the wrong street. we needed to like drive another, I don't know, hour or an hour and a half. Yeah, but maybe half an hour, yeah, but I wouldn't like do it again. I wouldn't do it again. Let's maybe find a hotel which is you know, is on one street, and it's on the only street in the whole city. Yeah.
Well, that's what you needed to get you through. That's all you needed to get through is it's a little bit of attack early in the morning, just to kind of get you to where you need to be. And you know, that's just the way it goes. You know, like you know, on tour, it's a whole different world. You experience all different kinds of things. Like you're experiencing the day to night today. That right there is really hard on a person. It's harder on a lot of people out there. But once you get to the area where you need to be and you get to the show and you perform, then that's what makes it all worth it. It's all these little experiences that make you exactly who you are. What are you looking forward to accomplishing the most moving forward?
I would say for me it would be Japanese or US tour.
Yeah,
personally.
exactly. I always wanted to like tour US and see one of the biggest countries in the world. Yeah, like there's the one country and you have like different climates like every I don't know, several hours you drive, and it's like, wow, so many cities, so many people, and you know, the history. And I'm right, like in a nutshell, I'm a very big fan of, for example, American motorization, and I would love to see, for example, I don't know if it's still today, but that, for example, you ride through the city and you see all those classic cars sometimes. I mean, like more often than, for example, in Europe, which is a very rare view, especially like right now when eco is very
fashionable.
Fashion. Yeah, being eco is a fashion right now. But apart from that, many people from US listens to us, and I would love to meet everybody of them, and I would love to see all those landmarks that the US is very famous for, and it's one of thing. And like also Vincent, Japan, because you know it's Japan.
It needs no explanation in this case.
Yeah, and you need to remember that when we, for example, go to Japan, don't ask the question, where are the subtitles?
I've actually been learning Japanese a long time ago. I mean, not so long, but maybe like 5 years ago, and it was for like 2 years or something, but I was self-taught. So I don't remember as much as I did, but I can read some kanjis. So yeah, some of their characters. So
wow,
I could do well in some basic stuff, basic things. I guess I will need to learn more, but at least I could read where the entrance is or exit or stuff like this.
Yeah, there's also the application on Google Translate, which like translates you on the photo. So
yeah,
I can manage also.
Makes some stuff easier.
Which is good. I mean, having a basic general understanding of Japanese to go to Japan. I mean, I took Japanese back in high school. I know little bits in here, but you know, not to the extent I knew back when I was in high school. So, but I was like, that's one of the places I would love to go. But I was like, you know, it's kind of going like I would have to know some of, you know, what's going on there, because like as far as languages, because I'd be like, you know, yeah, you could have your phone, but what if you don't have internet connectivity? What if you can't connect to your phone? What if you can't read the signs? You know, it's like I gotta brush up on it to get familiar with it again. But I would love to see you guys come out here to the United States. I would love to see you guys come here to California, come to LA, perform some shows. I think that would be great.
I've never been to US, to be honest. I've been to Canada when I was 12, but it was so long ago. I can't recollect too much. So yeah, and it's something different than US after all. So
yeah, coming to LA and see, for example, the Sunset Strip and for example, Whiskey A Go Go, where all those glam and 80s bands started. Wow.
Yeah, so
yeah, it definitely is a great place. You know, like here, you know, Los Angeles, Hollywood. You know what you're talking about earlier too is you're talking about all the classic cars and things like that. You can go take in a car show. You know, one of the classic car shows. It seems like every couple of months there's a car show here at the park. You know, where they bring in all the classic cars. So I think that's something you guys would really get a kick out of coming here to LA. You know, set up shows, go take in a car show, go see the Sunset Strip. Sounds like you guys got this all planned out. So as soon as things get back to normal, that's definitely something I would like to see you guys come over here and do. And I would love to see you guys go on tour in the United States because I think you guys can really, really do some awesome stuff here.
Thank you very much. I mean, like, I have a dream to like ride a Harley Davidson, blast some Motley Crue at Sunset Strip at night, and I'm content. Yeah, and that's one of the dreams I have for US.
All right. Well,
but we need to get over that pandemic stuff.
Yeah,
that's the biggest obstacle.
well, it'll be over sooner rather than later, and then you'll be able to ride that big old Harley down the Sunset Strip, and I would love to see that for sure.
Hope so.
Yeah, that would be great.
What positive message would you give your fans out there?
Okay, so I would say from my experience, do what you love and never back down. Remember that.
See what you did there.
Yeah, that's the most important, I think.
Ooh. Okay, so I need to prepare.
Get some one-liner,
Yeah,
like in the old movies.
Like in old movies. No, what's a positive message I would have? Basically, do what you love. Pretty much don't care what people will say negatively about what you are doing. Take care of your loved ones. Take care of the people that are very important for you. Find something that you love and let it kill you.
Very wise words right there, everybody, from Vincent and Jeremiah. Do what you love. Never back down. Care about your loved ones. Find out what's important to you, especially right now with everything going on in the world, because I know for a lot of people it's very, very hard. But always know that we are going to get through this because we can get through anything. We are human beings and we are a lot stronger than we give ourselves credit for. And I think that as artists or creative people and everybody out there, doesn't matter, whatever you have to share with the world, get out and share it in whatever way that you can, because that right there is what is important at its core. So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to do this interview today. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch us have this conversation. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to our Tour Fiend YouTube channel, as we have many more awesome artist interviews on the way, just like this one. So thank you guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys again sooner rather than later.
Thank you very much, Jack. I'm really happy that we could talk to you. So people, please like and subscribe to his channel. And like he said, many awesome interviews are coming, and they are really fun to watch. Jack is a great guy to talk with, and let's just have some fun to like not overthink what is currently doing.
Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe.
Thank you so much. I'm not crying. You're crying. Oh, you guys are making me feel good. You're making me feel good inside. No, but thank you guys so much. And, you know, it is important. Everybody out there, be sure to follow Jeremiah Kane. Be sure to check out all the great things they have. Be sure to stay tuned for all the awesome stuff they have coming very, very soon. And be on the lookout for them coming to your town in 2021, because when that hits, it's going to be amazing.
Thank you, man.
Bye.